Hello and welcome everyone, welcome back to Olympia football. Today the Raiders take on the New Mexico Lobos here in Albuquerque, New Mexico, as we will be wrapping up our Mountain West Conference season in just 2 games. This is our second game before the end of the season, our last game of course being Utah State, as we are very excited for that senior day and its festivities. But first we got to get past a tough New Mexico team. They like running the ball out of that option similar to an Air Force. We'll see if we can keep up with them after this. And off we go here in New Mexico. Zach Schuster will field this kickoff as he normally does inside the 10-yard line. He bounces out to the 20, jukes a man out, makes him break his ankles there. He's at the 40, he's at the 50, he's gone. At the 50-yard line, Zach Schuster hits that burst of speed, and I think he did it by juking backwards. And just like that, Olympia starts 7-0 in a big Mountain West game wrapping up the season here. Well, New Mexico will field this kickoff as we'll see if they have similar style in their tank. And at the 20, at the 40, Washington, now he might be gone. At the 50, down to about the 44-yard line of Olympia's territory. Not quite the speed of Zach Schuster, but still great blocking and great running there. Hand off to Gray on first down, and Gray absolutely bulldozes an Olympia defender. That'll be a 7-yard run for him. And now it's 3rd down and 1. It's like some motion here for New Mexico. They love a lot of short to the line, shotgun, pistol, and oh my gosh, Brett Kraft almost got a touchdown there. That was nearly a pick 6, and instead it'll be a 4th and 1 attempt from New Mexico. Read option here as Perez pulls it, and Perez will have the first down. You have to wonder, Brett Kraft should have been more solid with his hands. Hand off to Gray on 1st and 10 here, and Gray is inside the 10-yard line now, as that's a 12-yard run for him, and New Mexico is sniffing the end zone here on their first drive of the game. Perez hands it off to McCarthy. McCarthy absolutely running over Olympia, as Olympia's defense has not looked good tackling so far, and this is what you worry about against a team like New Mexico. 1st and 10, pitch out here on the triple option to Kirk Doherty as he'll make a man miss before getting wrapped up and brought down for an 8-yard gain. 3rd down and 2 now. Hand off on the counter to Captain Kirk, and he'll get 1 yard if that. They'll be marked a yard short, and now the punt unit will have to come out. And it's a direct snap to Kevin Tate, a fake punt. New Mexico was not prepared for it, and with a guy like Kevin Tate in the backfield, you got to be ready for that as the chains move on an aggressive 4th down play call. McIntyre on the keeper now will pick up 6 yards to make that 3rd down and 4. Dropping back in the pogo, and we'll find Stitch Robinson again a yard short of the first down, and this time Olympia stays out on the field. No trickery. 4th and 1, McIntyre dropping back. He's going to roll out left. He's got a lot of green in front of him. The corner pulled off, and McIntyre will have 10 yards and a first down as Olympia has converted back-to-back 4th down attempts. Now 3rd down and 10. McIntyre going to roll right here, and he's just going to take off with it. Again, I'm not sure where the safety or the corner contain is from Mexico. You have to be ready for McIntyre's rollout. Now 3rd down and 11, dropping back, rolling out left. This time he stops and throws, and he finds Zach Schuster, but Schuster hands a stone there, actually doesn't catch the ball, almost gets intercepted, and Olympia will settle for 3. Back on offense is New Mexico, as man is in motion here, a little shorter to the line. Perez, he's got a lot of time, but he's going to go ahead and take off and run with this one. I think he could have stayed in the pocket there, and he gets brought down by John Schweiss at the line of scrimmage. 2nd down and 10 with less than a minute remaining in the first quarter, as Perez actually gets hit as he's running from behind. He never even saw the defender, and Schweiss picks up the loose fumble there as Olympia gets their first takeaway of the game. 1st and 10, Lee House in motion with 30 seconds left. It's going to be a screen swing pass out to Lee House as he picks up the first down and a lot more. Gets to about the 21-yard line before getting brought down. And it looks like we'll probably run one more play before the end of the first quarter. Pitch out here on the wide receiver triple option to Zach Schuster, and this time he catches it, thank goodness, as Olympia has a first down and is threatening to score once again at the end of the first quarter. And we'll see if New Mexico's run game can continue to keep them in this game as they get behind. And here we are in the second quarter. Top of the quarter, McIntyre looking to go ahead and put Olympia up 2 scores as he drops back and rolls out right. Looks like he's just going to take off and run with this one. Again, New Mexico is giving him everything he wants on the outside rush, as he's gotten quite a few yards from scrambling out. So Olympia goes up 10 points, and New Mexico is back with the ball and continuing their ground pound style, as it seems like they do best when they don't try to pass the ball. And I might have spoken too soon, as Perez gets brought down by Curtis Simpson for a big loss there, 3 yards. Now second down and 13, handoff to Greg Gray. And Gray with that burst of speed there, he picks up the first down and he's across midfield. Gray having a great game so far. Now in the pistol full house, Perez dropping back. A lot of time. His offensive line does great for him, and he finds Brown over the seam, beating Curtis Simpson for the touchdown there, as I'm not sure what Bradley Garrett was doing in deep coverage. Olympia down, or up, only 3 now after a score from New Mexico. Eddie Jong will field this kickoff, and he bounces it outside. Jong, not quite the speed of Schuster, but he runs over a few tackles, runs over another one before getting shoved out of bounds at the 37-yard line. Jong with a great return. McIntyre rolling out left on the bootleg here. He's got Lehouse open if he throws it, but instead decides to run. Maybe didn't trust his arm accuracy there on the run. Now first down and 10 off another QB scramble. And we're going to find Zach Schuster over the middle for the seam. Touchdown. McIntyre, Schuster making up for the missed catch earlier, as he's now got a passing touchdown and a kickoff return touchdown. New Mexico back on offense again, still running the ball really well. 11 yards there on that run. Now Perez dropping back. Going to throw this one out to Sears, who will be brought down in the flats by Curtis Simpson for a loss. And now it's third down and 2. One back in the gun. We have a flanker, it looks like, the fullback. And it's going to be a handoff on the end round to Tyler. And Tariq Tyler loses 3 yards to James McIntosh there, as New Mexico will now be forced to kick a field goal. Pretty close field goal here. I'd say about 35 if my calculations are correct, as New Mexico puts this one up, and it doinks off the crossbar, and it is out. McIntyre back on offense for Olympia, and he's got a lot of room in front of him, picks up some key blocks, and now it's only the safety to beat him, and the safety will slow him down just enough for McIntyre to not make a touchdown there, but he does pick up 50 yards. Third down and 21 as Olympia is up 10, looking to go up more. Throwing deep here to Schuster, and that was in triple coverage. I'm not even sure what McIntyre was thinking. And Olympia will be forced to kick yet another field goal. So 2 field goals and 3 touchdowns for this Olympia team now, as New Mexico comes back, still down 2 scores. And Greg Gray will pick up 9 yards as we're winding down the second quarter here. Looks like single back in the shotgun formation here, and man in motion right. Perez going to throw this one out, and that gets broken up by Byron Handy, who has been the breakup king this year, and that'll be a 3-and-out. Olympia back on offense here as McIntyre will roll out right, running out of real estate, and throws this one to a man that was open. I just think he lost the ball there. That was actually a really good throw, and Olympia will be forced to punt, a 3-and-out for them. So 15 seconds left. New Mexico looking to score before the end of the half, as Perez is running over tacklers. And with 8 seconds remaining, New Mexico's got to call a timeout or get going here, and they do call a timeout. So with 5 seconds left, this is to put them down 10 points. The kick is up, and this one does in fact sneak through the uprights, as Olympia will take that 10-point lead in the halftime. New Mexico hanging tough, hanging tough. And we are back in the second half here, as Olympia is facing one of their tougher tests in recent memory. Greg Gray on first down, getting the sweep there, and he will get brought down at the line of scrimmage. Now third down and 4, Perez dropping back, throws this one out, and that gets picked off by the linebacker Robert Humphrey, who has been one of our better coverage linebackers, believe it or not. And Olympia now with the ball after yet another takeaway. Hand off to Kirk Doherty on first down. He'll pick up 7 yards there, as he is rapidly approaching the 50-yard mark here, as McIntyre is back on a keeper, and instead he pitches it out to Kevin Tate, who will get down inside the 10-yard line. It'll be a 23-yard run for him. Kevin Tate has a lot of big runs this year. Now McIntyre throwing it to the third back in the field. That's JJ Thomas, and he picks up the touchdown. As you got to be worried that one of the backs, Tate, Doherty, or Thomas, is going to go big in every game. Now back on offense for New Mexico as Curtis Simpson sacks Perez. And Curtis Simpson has actually broken the school records sacks in a season by Kerry Webster in our first year of Olympia. I'm not sure if anybody remembers Kerry Webster. He is currently playing football for the Salt Lake City Flyers. And you can catch that his progress over there in the Hollister McIntyre franchise as Olympia has a new sack leader. Back on offense again, and McIntyre on the keeper. This is just easy work for him as Olympia is starting to blow this lead wide open. McIntyre with yet another running touchdown on the season. He has become quite accustomed to getting what he wants on the ground. But don't look now, New Mexico is not done just yet. Brett Kraft gets beaten coverage. And Jamal Ferguson with a 70-yard touchdown just beats him off the line, and a nice throw from Perez there as New Mexico is back down 2 scores. On offense again, Olympia, after a quick turnaround, probably gassed here as Lee House picks up a nice about 30-yard catch there. And now the double play action it'll be a throw to, guess who? Zach Schuster. 20 yards on the catch there as he is approaching 50 yards himself. Now second down and 10. Another keeper for Darius McIntyre, and nobody even remotely in front of him. He picks up an easy score there as Olympia goes back on top by 23. First and 10 for New Mexico, back in the pistol. And this time Greg Gray gets brought down by Curtis Simpson. No, sorry, that was Ryan Williams. Quickly before he can even get to the line of scrimmage. Third and 14, Perez dropping back, throwing this one across the middle. But the coverage was there from Robert Humphrey as he has been really just locked down on defense this game. And on 4th and 2, New Mexico will go for it. And this time Robert Humphrey in good position there, but Greg Gray will get the first down. Third down and 11 now for New Mexico as they really need to score to keep this game competitive. Perez throwing off his back foot, a nice throw, a fadeaway really to Collins. And he just found the window between McIntosh and Handy there. Now 1st and 10, man in motion with 10 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Perez gonna roll out on this one, and Simpson read him like a book. You don't escape Simpson on the edge as he picks up yet another sack on his record-breaking season, and Olympia is looking in control. We'll see if New Mexico has what it takes to keep this game close, but right now I think this is Olympia all the way. We're here in the fourth quarter as Olympia is looking to put the nail on this coffin on 2nd down and 12. And instead, New Mexico continuing to fight hard as Tariq Tyler picks up another first down. And you just can't count them out just yet. Remember, they are only down 3 scores, assuming they hit some 2-point conversions. 1st and 10, and Curtis Simpson, not only did he break the sack record, but he is probably the record leader for tackles for loss. 3rd and 11 now for New Mexico, as they have a lot of ground to cover, and a drop pass is not going to make up that ground. Robert Humphrey again in close coverage. 4th and 11 now for Perez. Throws this one out to Collins, and Collins has it, but a big hit from Brett Kraft seals that drive as Olympia takes over on downs, and this game is all but over. McIntyre rolling out right. He has a lot of time to throw this one. Finally does, and he finds Zach Schuster. The improvisation there, a 23-yard catch, and Olympia is just looking to go ahead and start running this game down to the edge. 3rd and 8 now as Corey Cross is in motion back. I'm not sure what's going on there. McIntyre rolling out, throws this one deep to Cross, and that nearly gets picked off. I'm not sure how it didn't, as Olympia will have to go ahead and punt. Not a lot of time left. New Mexico theoretically can pull it off, but probably not going to, although they do abuse Brett Kraft again in coverage. Jamal Ferguson with another big catch there. Kraft showing worrying signs in recent weeks of potentially letting players go. Not been quite as good on an island as he once was. 3rd and 14 now. New Mexico, a draw play to Greg Gray isn't going to do it. And on 4th and 18, you just are throwing up a miracle hope here with 3 timeouts. I mean, it's just not looking good. And it's definitely not looking good now that Anthony Freeman sacks Perez for a big loss there. Turnover on downs. And 3rd and 9 now. McIntyre a chance to seal the game. Actually gets dropped by Ryan Jones. So Olympia will go ahead and kick the field goal. This will make it a 26-point game, as it is good. And Olympia will go ahead and win the game, as we see an update that Utah State and quarterback Atari Mason have beaten San Diego State. And guess what that means? This is a division championship game against a ranked Utah State likely next week. Atari Mason coming home for Olympia's senior day. We'll see if he has what it takes to beat the Raiders and win the Mountain Division to play San Diego State again for a rematch in the championship. Thank you so much for watching.